Right, hey, welcome everybody, I'm back. Let's see if it works this time. All right, well, it looks like we are live again. I'm not getting what I expect from the Twitch app. That's a little weird. Nope, that's just a clip that it made. Hey, there we go. All right, we're on. Yay, all right, fixed that. Oh, and then I'm making a bunch of noise. All right, so here we are. We're going to be working on some stuff today. This is going to be a little bit of a co-working stream. This is a stream where we can talk about AI development, whatever we want to. But mostly my goal today is going to be working on an application that I'm building. And then let me see where we're at. I just want to see what the balance is between music and my voice. Music is crazy loud. Voice, audio? Okay. Not sure what's happening here. Test 1, 2. Um, Well, that's a little confusing. What's going on? Okay, I think we got audio again now. Is that right? Okay, that seems to be right. Let's what do you mean you're playing on my Ultra? What are you doing? Technology is so weird anymore. Okay. Well, that explains why that wasn't coming through, right? And now I've lost audio on Twitch again. Hello, audio on Twitch. Oh, well. So close to things working. Okay, hey, I think we got some balanced audio here now. Is that going to be right? Okay, I think we're just about cooking with gas here. Oh, hey, I need to update my Streamlabs bot. But that's okay. I can do that here once we get the AI rolling. So welcome on in. I am building an app. This is an app for a local club that I belong to. We are a disc golf club. I'm a big fan of disc golf. One of the many things I'm super passionate about in the world. And so this app that I'm building is called the Bag Tagger. It's live right now. It's out there in the world. It's specifically designed to help people track bag tags when they're out enjoying disc golf, right? So a bag tag, for those of you that don't know, it's a cool little, like, basically piece of plastic that has a number on it. You trade them. Get some sound going here. You trade them after a round, and so the specific problem this was trying to solve is when people were doing bag tag rounds, it was taking a really long time to distribute those tags. And so I thought, man, there's got to be a better way. So I started working on this. When did I start working on this? Probably late last year. And then in the last few months, with all the agentic coding things that I've learned and all of that, I've really started maturing it out and started building it into a functional platform. Still has a ways to go. There's a lot of work to be done here. But also some really cool stuff that I'm starting to be able to do that's really going to help out some people. And right now, I'm trying to get it through, getting across the finish line, I guess, as it were. So the goal right now is to finish up some admin function, get the leaderboard functionality all nice, and especially I've got to work on redoing some stuff around points values. So I'll be doing that here today, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and I'm just checking on a couple of things while we get started here. This is my first co-work stream. This is also my first multi-stream, so making sure that everything is working right. It's going to be part of what I need to do today. But yeah, hopefully this all works out and becomes a more regular feature. So let me see, based on what you can see, let me do this. I'm going to give you the full Bag Tagger app here. And then we will go look under the hood. So let me see. Let me just catch up on where we left off last time. Oh, this is the wrong repo. So let me... Okay, field points. So, oh yeah, that's where I ended up. We were pushing out. So the last thing I did, oh, of course, let's update some stuff. And this is the series I'm specifically doing it for. This is the Stumptown Disc Golf 2026 Bag Tag Series, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. So you can see here, this is the leaderboard functionality I've been working on. You can see all the people that have participated, the events that they participated in, and then right now I'm adding some functionality around scoring. You can see people by both, this is basically the leaderboard for the series, and then you can actually look at the leaderboard per PDGA division as well, which is kind of a fun little addition. Lets you have like some competition in your own division, as well as having an overall leaderboard that we can track to. So what we're going to be doing today, I need to update some points. I need to work a little bit on the admin features, and then kind of a long-term goal, and we'll see how far we get with that. But I need to start putting in some functionality that separates out production from test. Right now I only have one database, and it's feeding both, and it's getting a little bit messy, which is kind of normal for this stage of development. So my long-term goal, though, is to have everything split up into a pre-production and a post-production environment, so that will give us the ability to do a bunch of the feature testing that needs to be done without having some of that data bleed into production, which is what's happening right now. So let's see. The last thing that I really needed to do was update points. And so in order for us to go do that, and this should kind of help to determine whether or not oh, you know what? I just realized my login functionality broke in prod again recently, and I don't know why this keeps happening. We fixed it a couple of times. So I don't know if it's either regressions or something to that effect. So actually, let's start there. So let's get rid of this, because that bug is going to annoy me if we don't get it fixed. All right, we'll get it thinking about that a little bit here. So I've got some, I'm mostly working off of the Superpowers plugin. I haven't really reduced that at all yet. So there's some other plugins I may eventually play around with, but we're going to just leave that for right now. And then while that's running, let's go find... that's not what I wanted. I probably should pull some logs when we try to log in, so that'll probably be one of the next things I do. But let's fix stream elements. Having that awkward moment where I actually don't remember what bot. Oh, it's, yeah, Streamlabs. Is this just CloudBot? Timers. I don't have any timers. Yeah, I do. There is no one real anymore, my friend. We are all AI. How are you, buddy? All right. What exactly happens right after you enter the correct credentials? Other. Actually, let me make sure I'm stating this right. Let's open Incognito. And then if we try to log in here, this should work normally. Okay, that's expected. Oh, you know, I would say I've been having better weeks, but honestly, I'm okay. I'm doing my best to just, you know, remain positive and find exciting stuff to do to keep myself busy while I do the job search and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, in the meantime, I'm getting lots of cool little projects around the house done, things I haven't had time to work on, stuff like that, which is a good thing. I got a bunch of cool projects I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. Bunch of 3D printing stuff, and we'll paint some miniatures and some models and some terrain. And honestly, actually, here in a little bit, I'll probably switch over and work on some gaming stuff that I need to do for a gaming group. So I got plenty to keep myself busy and mostly out of trouble. Like the fun thing about working with AI like this is it's like having a very uneducated but technically proficient junior engineer. Like it doesn't really know anything about the world. It'll hyper focus on the wrong thing, but technically it's able to do a bunch of stuff that's really useful. So you have to be kind of careful of the output sometimes, and I think it's especially true no matter what you use it for. I've been using it to put it together a resume. It's kind of the same thing. All right, did you finally get focused on the right thing here, Claude? So Claude says, yes, you had the direction backward. Thank you for figuring it out. Normal browser, login hangs. Incognito always works. You got it. So the trigger is persistent client-side state that only exists in normal browser. Yep. Probably due to some cookies. Suppa-based go to weblog a deadlock, and the singleton fix only deduped one. Okay, yes. That sounds right to me, so let's make this happen. Okay, and then while it's doing that, that should only happen like every 45 minutes. Yeah, let's do a weird number like 48. And confirm. All right. Gotta have a little break time in there. I don't know, what other kind of timers and stuff do we need? I'm gonna be doing a bunch of different things. So I've got my music ones, I've got my art ones. Let's see. Then I'm gonna need some other things too, like probably some sort of a little tag for when I am doing breaks. With that, people know that's what's going on. I wonder if I have anything for that. Let's go. Where is? Banners. Offline starting soon. Bunch of panels. Maybe say break time. Can I make them say break time? All right, what do we got? Two separate browser sites, Supabase clients each spin up their own GoTrueAuth. Think so? That's weird. Why do we do that? Okay, persistent session exists to refresh on page load. Both GoTrue instances fight over the same auth lock. Oh, hey, that's smart. It's like we created a couple of authorization Pokemon to fight each other. That's good. It was right but incomplete. It deduped the Supabase client but never accounted for the Anon client. Okay, that's cool. Disabled auth on the Anon client. Yes. And this is one that probably costs me more tokens than it needs to. Telling it to commit and push when you've already got context in your window. I know some of the devs that I worked with, they would intentionally clear the session before they did that. And it's really not a bad idea, especially if you're really worried about tokens, which I only sort of am. Well, I am, but only sort of. I guess that's true. I'll just leave it at that. And so we're gonna allow that. What I found though is when you do that, it resets so much context that then you add more context because it asks you a bunch of questions about the git push, which is annoying. So why mess with that? All right, you all done there? Cloud. To reach prod, yeah. All right. All right, so we're building stage right now. So that'll be up. We can test the fix. And then if that works, we'll push this and start working on some real stuff. Oh, hello, behind the scenes. You get to be nuked. Where is my Twitch instance? Hey, Automod Q, you're not doing your job. Thanks so much. Thank you for nuking that. Banned. Dude, I love seeing banned by B Bumstead. Give that man a ban hammer. I'm a little discombobulated. I'm multi-streaming for the first time ever. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube. And I am not prepared. Oh, well. All right, so let's jump into this here. Let's see if our login bug is fixed. So close. Turning my camera off for a second while I have a drink here, but I'm still here. I'm hiding. All right, looks like our log out bug was persistent, so hopefully that means it's easier to fix, because if it's in both, it probably just means that either the button wasn't implemented or the path is no longer valid. Both of those are easy to fix. All right, so right now we're just working through fixing a issue with one of our buttons, and then we'll start getting to some bigger stuff. Oh, you know what? While we're doing this, I need to start learning how to use anti-gravity. So let's work on that a little bit. And I think we'll start off with just doing some simple stuff with anti-gravity. All right, so we fixed it. Callback work. Load roll runs after triggering operation releases the lock. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I need to create a slash command for that. Mark Hurd, how's your day going? All right, let's let that build. Oh, that's your I didn't recognize your last name, so I was like, why did he answer almost exactly the same as B. Bumstead? That's so weird. Oh man, it's going to be that kind of day. See if I can do that. I think I can. Otherwise, I can create this manually. And this one I really should have used a new window for. This is like beginner level mistakes here, because now all the context that I've been talking with it about for this bug problem is now being added to what it has to think about while it's creating the slash command. Hey, Straw Hat Gamer, how you doing, man? Schwanz. Hey, thank you for that sub, Mark. Appreciate that. Over there on the YouTubes. I definitely plan, like, over the next few weeks, I've got some ideas for creating some content that will fit nicely and utilize some of that YouTube there. Straw Hat, you know, I'm doing okay. I recently found myself with a lot of free time during the week, so I'm out here working on some projects, learning how to, well, continuing to learn how to build software with AI, and have some other cool stuff coming here in the next few weeks as well. I'll be doing some music streams, smart streams, stuff like that. I got a bunch of cool 3D printed stuff I've been making that I've got to paint, which will be fun. I got a few items on the... I don't know if you can kind of see them back there. They're kind of hiding now. Review, get status, get diff, stages only work related files, branches first if you're on master or main, commence with generated message, pushes to origin. That's actually really cool. So over the last few weeks, I've been slowly adding rules, telling Claude like, hey, you can't ever commit to master or main. You always have to have a branch, etc., etc. And when I asked it to create that ship it command, it actually took all of that memory and utilized that to create that command. That's actually pretty sweet. So also pass a command line, ship it, fix, logout, hang. Oh, does that make a branch? Hey, thank you for that sub. Aw, you're too kind, my friend. Much appreciated for that Twitch Prime sub. I will do my best to earn it. All right, so Straw Hat, have you done any 3D design yet? Are you mostly like printing other people's STLs, or are you designing some of your own? I've done a little bit of both, and I think they're both really freaking cool. Okay, so let's go back. Let's figure out what do we have deployed right now. 6 minutes ago, that's probably this most recent one. Let's see if our logout button works now. Oh, Fusion. Yeah, that's a fun one. What am I doing? I did... Oh, man. Hang on a second. Let me finish this thought. Let me test my bug really quick, and then I'll have that conversation. Okay, that seems to be working. Hey, we can log out. We can log in. Bug is fixed. Yeah, so Tinkercad is where I started. Tinkercad is actually super easy to use once you figure out a couple of like the minor features. I looked at Fusion. Fusion looked like really cool. But then I kind of jumped straight to Blender. Blender is the one that I'm starting to learn. There's some Claude integration that I played with a little bit. I don't like it yet. I think I'm not. I don't think I'm speaking the lingo for Claude and Blender to give me good output yet. And then there's this program called Meshy. And Meshy, like if you don't mind, doing some AI prompting, Meshy's really cool. Oh, sweet. That's super cool. Yeah, Tinkercad is so much fun to use. It's a great little app. All right, so now that we can log in, we can log out. I can update my leaderboard. I turned all of these off, Streamlabs. I don't understand what's the point of telling you to turn off my stuff if you refuse to listen to it. Blender is like such a crazy app. It's wild that it's free because of the sheer depth that application can produce is mind-blowing. But yeah, I've got like muy poquito, it's like I can open it up and I can extrude something, and that's about as far as I get so far. Not exactly super useful. But Meshy, check this out. So this, I don't know how well you can see it. This castle here. This is Meshy. Streamlabs redeemed it? Interesting. So this was a picture. I took a picture from the internet, I put it into Meshy, and then it created this whole thing for me. It's actually really well textured. I had to put it, I had to add some supports inside so that it would print properly, and then I added a little, you probably can't see it, there's a little trap door right on top. I did that all in, what did I do? I think I created the shape I needed in Tinkercad and then moved it all into Bamboo Studio and built it that way. Oh, really? For Blender? Oh, if you can find that, that would be cool. I haven't really searched down any of that sort of stuff yet. I really need to. Okay, so the thing I need to do now, I need to go edit this. Recently, I've been working with my stakeholders on this project, and they've kind of gone back and forth about having some points values added. So if you win your PDGA division, they wanted extra points added. They took it out and then they wanted it back in. So now I've got a couple of series that I've got to fix. Hopefully, the work I did over the last couple of weeks is going to make that super easy. We'll see. Blender kit? Okay, I'll take a look at that. I know... So Blender has, I don't know if you're using Claude or anything, but Claude became one of the benefactors, patron of the Blender community, the Blender Foundation. And so they've been working on a native MCP as well, but I have not. I'm not doing a very good job with that. And then there's a crazy amount of stuff out there. Like I said, Blender's super deep, so I can only imagine how many probably essential add-ons you need to really have everything work properly. All right, we're gonna go to this one first. So I should be able to edit this and then just kind of scroll to the bottom and say, oh yeah, it did it. Okay, so it's telling me, hey, you need to pick a winner for a division, which is exactly the functionality I just added. And this was the place I wanted to make sure it worked. So that's exciting. My feature works. What's not exciting is now I have to remember who is the right person to pick. Yeah, dude, Guild Wars 3. I was totally thinking about that. I've been intentionally avoiding the actual news about Guild Wars 3 because I'm gonna get sucked into it. I'm super excited. I've played the other two. I thought they were both great games. You know what? I wonder if they're in here. Let me see. Sean. Yeah, I remember you were there with me when we were playing that. So I have realized very suddenly that I want PDGA divisions on the screen. So Sean McCarty or Robert Corrigan. Okay. They were both a 13. All right, I think there's only one way I can figure it out, and that's to go here, and let's go to my Gmail. Where is... I just gotta log into another system really quick. And I don't know if there's anything in there I don't want to share, so I'm going to do it off screen. Sorry about that. That's not what I wanted. Let's see, where is... I don't think that's what I want. What's another way that I can go find this? Oh, you know what? I know how I can find it. There was already a clue here. Hey, thank you. I'm setting up a schedule. So we'll be streaming probably daily, at least during the week. So stay tuned, keep an eye on things, and I'll get that schedule together here, hopefully by Monday. So good to see you, Straw Hat, and thanks for stopping by. All right, so looking at the event manager here, I think I can figure out who my winner was. So that was the MA2 division, I think. Come on, what division was this? Really? For this one? What event is this? No, that's Series 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want Series 1. That is why. Stumptown Disc Golf 2026 Bag Tag Series. Okay, so right now what we're looking for, where's event number 1? This is the one we're working on. And was that MA2 or MA3? Okay, Robert Corrigan was the winner. Perfect. So he gets the 7 points. Recalculate and save. Boom, boosh. All right, let's go see what we got here. So that should have done it. And so now if I go out to leaderboard and go by division just to make it easy, where's my MA3? Oh, I need to do some math there. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go through and figure out the math on this stuff, but that's all right. Because the way this works right now is you get 1 point for every person you beat. No tie is counted. So if you tie with people, you don't count as beating them. So everyone you beat, you get 5 points for showing up, and you get 7 points for winning your division. So that's a base of 12 just to win and be there, and that means he would have needed to beat like 60 other people, which is definitely possible. Oh yeah, especially at a -2 is what he scored. So I'm going to say that that number seems feasible, but needs to be verified. So that's okay. And honestly, I don't think this needs to be perfect as long as it doesn't have any obvious flaws. So I have to think about like the best way. I can probably use the spreadsheets to double check my leaderboards. So I can do that later. All right. So that one's fixed. Now let's go back to and we want Danger at Dabney to be the next one. I need to fix a little bit of UI stuff there, but nothing too bad. And then if we go down to the bottom, it should be complaining again. Hey, Morgan Hay and Brett Olson, Mike Lloyd, Rand Wood. All right, so that was the other event that I was just at. Let's go back to number 2. And we're looking for Mike Lloyd and Rand Wood. So let's look there first. Okay, Morgan Hoy, Brett Olson, that is MA50, Brett 1. And MA2. Looks like Mike 1. And now if I go to division, there's one other thing that I'm going to want to do. I don't know. Because disc golfers tend to like to see their like negative numbers, so I get really excited by that. And right now I'm showing everything as positive integers, and I feel like that needs to be fixed. Unfortunately, the only way I can think of to do it that makes it consistent enough to be valuable is to create an entry for the overall number of strokes for an event, and then have the system just calculate if your score is a 52 and the overall strokes for the event is a 55, let's say, then it knows you got a -4 or a -3. So I think I'm just going to have to do something like that. And I think I can probably infer that from this. So let's see, because we can look at whole scores. And does it tell us... That 1,000 rated around was really nice. Way to go, Scott. Even. 54 was even for this round. So I think that's going to be the next feature that we're going to add. So we've got this done. I think it looks good. I think, though, disc golfers are going to care. They're going to want to come to this. They're going to want to see that negative score. I think that's important. So let's do that. Let's update the leaderboard with scores that are more golf-like. We need to show negative integers. The way to do this is to add somewhere to record the overall strokes for a course and then do some math to figure out what the negative number is. Let's see, I don't use voice to Claude very often because it tends to get confused or cut me off mid-thought. Let's see if this works. Okay, and then while that's running, I'm going to switch over to anti-gravity. Where are you at? So we're going to do an objective-based game. Three objectives. And they're AI data centers for an evil AI that's trying to take over the planet. Our turrets. They lose. Come on, help me write a... All right. I pretty much already have the scenario in mind. I was just going to have AI help me organize it a little bit better. Maybe it'll have some fun ideas. I'm always into that. All right, so negative Gauss type no appear. Right next to each event cell shows score points. Yeah, we're going to convert score. So what do we have right now? On the leaderboard, score will show as negative. Per event, replace each cell raw strokes. What is this saying? Replace each cell's raw strokes. Yes. Yes, per tournament. It's about the only right way to do it. All right, while that's running, let's see what it came up with. So, fun, balanced, and thematic Battletech Alpha Strike scenario. Here are the key questions to help shape the rules. Player points values. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Let's do PV of 200. 6 players cap. Drop in. How late do arriving players enter the game? Oh, those are some fun options. What do you think? Should we do like random table edge? I think, let's see, I think we will. We'll roll for initiative. Let's see. Trying to think how I want to handle initiative. So let's say I got 6 people show up. I've got 1, 2, they move. It's gonna get annoying. I don't know, let's do initiative by Lance. Table size 6x4. So we'll put them in a triangle, about 10 inches apart. They're gonna have 10. I don't know, is that right? 10 structure seems a little low. Let's do 15. Let's see, accuracy reduction is enough. Wish I could type today. Turrets fire at. Let's see. So data center is destroyed. Players in retreat. What else do we want to add? I was thinking of something else. All right. So Claude, what did you have for me? So have to run a migration. I expected that. Nullable on purpose. Gradually falls back to showing raw strokes. Yep. Yes. The big thing we need to ensure here is we don't get stuck, so we're gonna have to make it optional. What am I thinking? Has to be the par score has to be optional. Should be easy enough to do. Cool. Gonna write a test for that. That's good. All right. And then next from there is going to be cleaning up some of the editing functionality. There's some things we need to fix. Oh, I need to show on leaderboard checkbox. That'll fix all my problems. Super easy. All right, let's read the spec. Prevents how renderers score points. Yep, I think in strokes, people will like that way better. Display event cells score relative to the course par. Yep, 54 being the default. I wonder, do I want a default? I don't know. I'm going to leave it off for now. Prevents grid cells only, raw strokes, strokes to par, out of scope. The total column, ranking, standings, order, point system, blah, 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 blah. Yep, that is all out of scope. Par is optional and mixable. Yep, super important. Don't want to break anything we already have. Store per tournament. Going to need to run a migration. Adding some tasks. Migration is manual. Yep. Need to add the par column. No change to standings. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Plan is approved. Okay, while that starts to build that, let's take a look and see where we're at. So, created a complete print-ready scenario sheet for your game. You can access it here. Evil AI data center scenario. I love it. Let's get our revenge. What is this? That's awful. I'll have it fix that. This is interesting because I haven't really used Gemini that much. Although, you know, I use Gemini on other places and it does graphics just fine. So maybe it just didn't understand what I was telling it. So let's see. Each turret should be placed 6 inches away from one of the data centers. That's an interesting choice. Place moderate cover, forest, hill, ruined buildings around the board. Yeah, I know how to build terrain, drop in deployment rules. Chooses a deployment zone first, followed by the others. Deployment zone, divide the table edge, north, south, east, and west, and corners. No, we're not going to do corners, but that's okay. I'll fix that. Oh, Claude needs my attention. What do we got? Yep. Seven tasks. Let's see. Sub-base driven. Oh, sub-agent driven. Yep, always sub-agent driven. Let's do it. I love that it even created me unit cards. I'll give it that. If it would have done them in the Alpha Strike format, would have been even cooler. But you know, it's just, I'll forgive it for that. So 15 points, size 1, armor 6, structure 4, damage 440. I can live with that because 0, man, yeah, it's brutal. Brutal to have something like, what am I thinking? Like skill value 1 at long. And direct fire 1 at 222 for a missile turret. Attackers pinned down at a distance. I like those. I know, I might just up it and do like 1 turret, do 6 turrets, do 3 of each. That just sounds really awful, and I think I need to be mean to my players. Alright, scoring a victory, damage inflicted, 1 point per pip of damage each to a turret or a data center. Destroy turret, +3 hits. Destroy data center, +5. Players must balance a competitive desire to grab the final blow bonuses against the team need to strip armor off of high priority targets. Furthermore, destroying a node makes all other turrets less accurate, saving your teammates' armor. Yep. But people will shoot at each other, right? Like, because they want to win. That's the thing that it's not accounting for, but I think that's okay. That's implicit. Retreat rules. A player may declare a retreat at the start of any turn. Oh, that's not appropriate. We'll use the, I can't remember what the standard rule is, but I'll fix that. Let's see, 2 things to fix. 1 missile and 1 laser. All right. Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for hanging out as much as you have. It's almost the top of the hour. We're gonna need to take a break. I don't know. I'm not sure what breaks look like yet on this channel. I'll probably play fiddle or something here really quick. All right, let's go back over and see. Yep, allow this command. And right now we're running through a sub-agent execution on a plan, so it's gonna basically update these to-dos as it works through this. This is actually a really interesting way that modern AI agentic workflows work. Right? They build a plan. So doing a spec that they build against, and then create a to-do list where it works against that list. Goes through the spec, does a testing, super cool stuff. Okay, did it really update the map? Just trying to decide if this actually can even do. If it can actually do pictures. Like Gemini is really good at building. I think Nano Banana. Is that the image generation? It's really good at it. Generally, it's actually one of my favorite image generation tools. I don't know if it's built into anti-gravity though. Let's just ask. Yes. All right, then. Let's see. I'm just going to make 24-inch sections, so that should work out and give space between the different forces. That's all I really care about. Let's see what it does with this. I'll read that here in a little bit. All right. Well, it's really struggling with maps, so I'll try that a different way instead. I don't actually need the map. I just wanted to see if we could do it. You know, that's a fun thing. It's what you got to really do when you're working with some of these AI tools is ask it questions, experiment, see what happens. Sometimes they surprise you, sometimes they disappoint you. Oh, hey, it's time for a break. What should we do for a break? How about play a fiddle tune? Oh, and I've had my camera off for a minute too. Let me turn that back on. Let's see. So this is... Oh, you know, I could go, let's do main with chat. Let's see. What is that? BRB. Is it just text? Okay, that's easy. Sorry, figuring out things on the fly here. So let's go source. Alert, chat, game balls, game capture, text. There we go. All right. I think I'm gonna play some fiddle for the break here. Hope it comes through okay on the mic. We'll find out here in just a second. Not what I wanted to play. Let's see. That was a good one. Got the body moving. What else are we in the mood for? You know what? I've been having fun. That was a jig and a reel. That was good. Get the blood flowing there. What are you doing? Who dat? It's Chewy's in his sweater. Hi, buddy. Can you come here? Can you come up? Hi. Oh, let's take that away. Oh, buddy. Uh-oh. That one for you. All right. Break time's over. Time to get back to work. Let's go back to screen sharing. Let's see where we're at. Yes, please continue. Oh, let's turn the music back on. What are you doing, Discord? Why did you start in full screen? Let's see. What do I need to do? Let's see if I can get Gemini. See if Gemini can do it online. Okay, yeah, so this is what you get with actual Gemini image online, which is much better. I really like that. It needs 2 minor changes. But otherwise, it's really good. I don't know, it added some weird artifacts, like the hash. Okay. Let's see if it can handle that. And then last thing to get across the line is just this last feature here for oh, it gives and it takes away. Wonder if I can give it a picture. Where's Gemini? Use this as a reference. All right, let's see if that gets it fixed. Oh, did I stop it? It's close. Close enough. All right, I'll post that here in a few. Meanwhile, I lost my notifier. Why did you go silent? Is that not coming through anywhere anymore? Hasn't written the migration yet. Alter table tournament. Add column if not exist. par integer. Yep. So while everything else is running, we can go to Supabase. And run this migration on it. No rows returned because nothing has data yet, so that's fine. Hey, Boom. Hey, appreciate you hanging out. I definitely don't. I don't expect you to be here constantly, but I do appreciate when you can be. I'm multitasking like crazy right now. Regenerate this image with no deployment zones. I will add them myself. Doing some gaming stuff, and then I'm finishing up my project. I just ran my database update, so my database is all ready for the new feature. Right now, we're just letting the agents work through all of the different updates they have to do. And I'll probably make it, test 6 of 8. All right, that's not too bad. And then I'll probably go for like another 15 minutes or so, and that'll be a good 2-hour stream. And then we'll figure out what we want to do tomorrow. I'm trying to decide, like, I'm thinking of doing like co-working first thing in the morning, like when I'm getting my day started, and then probably do like music and art in the afternoon. But I guess we'll see what I'm motivated by doing, what people like to see, and then also, you know, what makes me feel happy and fulfilled. So we'll go from there. Hey, I redid this picture without the deployment zones, and that actually looks pretty good. That's fun. Yeah, that's my plan right now. Like, you know, first thing in the morning is basically getting up. I've been putting a lot of effort into getting a really good resume put together. I've got a couple jobs that I'm interested in. One here locally that I'll get applied to. I got to just build a cover letter tomorrow morning and get that all done. And then from there, really, it's just, you know, kind of rinse and repeat. Find stuff that's interesting, go apply for it, and, you know, keep myself busy during the days. And I've got a lot of things I'm interested in, a lot of stuff I love to do. So I'm just gonna take this as a blessing and spend some time working on those. And I don't know, we'll see which one ends up being most interesting here as things continue to pan out. I will be back by here soon to watch you build more of that banjo, though. Unfortunately, and we always joke about this, my wife actually tells me it's okay to have a banjo, but I always like to joke that that's the one bridge that we won't cross. Because at one point in time, she did say, like, you know, hey, no banjo, please. But she's since relented. Afternoon after stream naps. That sounds nice. Go snuggle with some of the cats. I got 2 cats here. They would love me to come take a nap with them. Oh yeah, yeah, I know. Lucky for me, you're not gonna build a tenor banjo, so I'm safe. Because tenor, you probably know this, but for anybody else watching that doesn't, tenor banjos are tuned exactly the same as fiddles and mandolins. So the GD AE tuning. So you can basically, if you know how to play those instruments, you can sit down with one. A diaper and a resonator. Just make sure it's a clean one. Otherwise, it gets weird and smelly. I'm gonna start threatening people with that, right? I'm gonna threaten people with that at sessions. If you don't put down that banjo, I'm putting a diaper in your resonator. All right, have it write a little piece of fiction for me really quick. All right, everything's done. Hit approved. My tester, I've already run the migration. Do hey, now Windows Notifier is working again. Technology. To ship it. Then the last things I'm going to add here is like today, all my test data. So I've been creating a bunch of series and stuff as I test this. And when you go to BagTag app out in production, so for example, if I create an incognito window and just go BagTag app, so this will be me in a logged out state. If I go hit leaderboard, I get all this garbage, test one, test dump. Obviously they don't belong there. Somebody in production doesn't want to see my garbage. And so I'm just going to create something that, let's see, how is displayable on the leaderboard different from the existing? Well, am I just misunderstanding? Let me go look here. Oh gosh, why can't I log in now? Is it because I'm already logged in over here? Yeah, probably. There needs to be an error message there. Oh, I already added this function. It just isn't clear. Ha 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 ha. All right. Well, thank you for reminding me. So sometimes it's nice to have a computer assistant. Okay. It was just that. I already built this functionality. Derp. The best code you can ever write is the code you don't need. In other words, by not having to do that saves time and trouble. All right, there we go. We got divisions. I have not pushed my last change out to prod. Let me do that. All right, I staged this. Let's merge it. Where's my deployments? We'll watch this build to production and then we'll test it, make sure it looks right. I may have to go update a little bit of data. Cremona. I've got a guitar, so I'm distracted right now. Let's see. That I'm selling. CREMO. NASV-175. Is this like a Guitar Center? Ah, yeah, I already had one of those. Not interesting. What I'm really hoping, like I'm trying to, hey, take it easy, man. What I'm really hoping to do is to trade a guitar I've got for like somebody's crappy old violin that's been sitting around forever that just happens to be sweet to play, but I think I'm just hoping for more than I'm going to get out of that. Which is okay. You don't always get what you want when you're trying to trade stuff. Did we not merge that PR? . 'Cause as it's merged. Why do we not merge to master? What's going on here? All right, that should do it. Let's make sure it builds. Build, production, master. Yeah, there we go. I don't have a lot of my prod builds right now. Like, as I continue to mature this product out, some of the things I would do would be to move some quality gates to this process. So make sure before we merge, we run all of the tests in a CI/CD pipeline. Right now, they're being run as part of the build process, but it's kind of opaque, especially with AI. It's not 100% clear what's passing, what's failing. Which honestly, I could probably build a skill for that too. And now that I think of it, I should probably do that. Just have a skill that when it runs a test, it actually tells you what the output is. I think I might add that to the agentic workflow. I'll have to look into that here a little bit, but I think that would be really valuable. Oh, I wonder what their agentic code review tool does. Now I gotta upgrade to Pro. Not surprising. Not quite ready for spending money on this yet. Mostly I'm just using this because when you build in React, Vercel is a really easy way to deploy it. All right, we're deployed. Let's go look at the leaderboard. Do I have to edit these? I might. All right, well. Probably did everything but add a UI element. This is one I run into a lot where it just doesn't add a UI element for some reason. Hmm. I think we're just missing the UI element most likely, but like for long-term agentic development, like something you would want. It's gonna blame me, of course. I'm just gonna have it explicitly look for the UI element. What do they say? Control Shift R. Okay. Air pressure notes. Backup. I think this thing is just high. Oh, am I? Damn it. Well, the robot was right. All right. Well, let me go back to this then. Looks like even was 61 for this. And so now if I go to the leaderboard. Okay, yep, because Bryson is minus 11, Dylan minus 8. Okay, those numbers are correct. Sweet. Now let's go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go to Danger at Dabney. Edit series. And I think that one was correct. In fact, yeah, it's going to be because we were par 54 for that one. Give me somebody even. Yep, 54. All right, there we are. So MA1, it's a tight race between Scott and Bryson. Both of them have got a victory, so that's put them a little bit over the top. We've got Dylan, Luke, and Lucas coming in really close, though. I love that they did green and red. I don't know that I would want to keep that, but I think I'll leave it for now. It's bad design for accessibility, so we might have to clean that up and make it just one color. But for now, we'll leave it. Morgan. All right. Hey, we're in a good spot. We got there. So, awesome. Let me get back into this. Let's go to main node chat. All right. So what do we get done today? A couple of things. We went through, we cleaned up our leaderboard, added a little bit of functionality so it properly represents negative under par scores well. So we've got that all done. And then I was reminded of some functionality that I already built. So I fixed the leaderboard. Actually turned out to be slightly less work than I thought, but we did have to do the update to the numbers. And so, yeah, we're good. I can share this. This is ready to go live. And then next up, we'll be really kind of deep diving into our admin functionality. I need to get to a place where I can have people get in and manage these events themselves. And then, I don't know, might have to eventually consider adding some cloud save, but I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. So anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate Straw Hat for the sub today. And Mark for the sub over on YouTube. Appreciate you folks for the support. And like I said, gonna work on getting a regular streaming schedule here put together, and I will see you all soon. Have a good day.